Hey, yes you. I'm very intrigued of what were you doing in this very instant in the middle of an economic downturn, global disease. This is spreading and killing thousands of lives, deadly typhoons and other disasters that froze through your subconscious. Are you browsing through the web when you notice you are headed into the increase of deaths due to the current pandemic or worse? Are you watching the daily news when you apprehend that disasters are ravaging diverse portion of the globe? All the destructive events currently happening in this era are the domino effects of what we describe as climate change. Without a further ado, let's get straight into our topic. What is climate change, by the way? Climate change is defined as an average long-term change in the Earth temperature, weather, precipitation, and plenty of distinct reasons that continue over various decades. The Earth climate is influenced and changed through natural causes and artificial causes. For natural causes, it refers to volcanic eruption, ocean currents, the Earth's orbital changes, and solar variation. For artificial causes, it refers to human activities like deforestation, man-made machines, and factories. Even long before humans were around, there are forces of nature that contribute to climate change. It's just the climate change in the present is much more potent compared to early Earth, and this is because of human activities that influence negative effects in Earth.
Human activities contribute to climate change by altering the levels of greenhouse gases, aerosols, and cloudiness. In the Earth's atmosphere, the combustion of fossil fuels, which releases carbon dioxide gas into the atmosphere. It is the largest non-contributor. Greenhouse gases and aerosols influence the atmosphere by changing the amount of incoming solar radiation and outgoing infrared radiation.
More frequent and intense droughts, storms, heat waves, rising sea levels, melting glaciers, and warming oceans are all possible effects of climate change. This can directly harm animals, destroy their habitats, and wreak havoc on people's livelihoods and communities. Dangerous weather conditions are becoming more frequent and severe as climate change worsens.
There are many ways on how to address climate change. One is, people should have more knowledge on how to properly use materials found in our environment and the effects of abusing those materials. People suffers whatever consequences they made. Another one is embracing what nature has. We had a lot of materials found in our ecosystem. The proper care and use of it will help a lot of people. We are connected to our ecosystem, so whatever we are doing will basically affects us. Third is use energy wisely. We should know how to use energy properly so that can conserve more energy. Lastly is lessen the waste. The more waste we are throwing in our environment, the more we are destroying it, and we are not contributing to our development, but we are making the worst.
And personally contribute some things to help to solve the problem of climate changes and the impacts of it by speaking up and by spreading the consequences or the effects of climate change if we didn't stop this. It is easy for us these days to prevent climate change. We have the technology, we have science, and the only thing that we need now is the leadership and the participation of one another. But first thing that I'm going to do is in our home by preventing of burning of plastics or simply avoid burning things and chemicals, minimize of using gases of vehicles that can cause air contamination, waste management and recycling, and lastly, by planting of trees.
Climate change is a very serious issue that we are not giving it attention because we don't notice it. We are used to it, but little did we know, we are gradually dying and our planet is dying because every day we are killing our planet by the things that we do every day. Our manufacturers, our toxic wastes, and other bad activities. Yes, especially burning the plastics and the improper waste disposal is that it's killing us and our planet. Now, the thing that I can contribute to reduce the climate change issue is that myself, I gotta discipline myself because if we don't discipline ourselves, we cannot change it and we cannot solve it. And that's all. Thank you.
I can personally contribute to help solve the problem and impacts of climate change by firstly, we must stop deforestation in all forms. Do not cut down more trees as it will only worsen the level of carbon dioxide in the air. Instead, encourage people to plant even more trees to create a fine balance in nature.
Moreover, it reduces the usage of energy everywhere. It does not matter if you are at your home or at your office. The higher the energy used, the more the carbon dioxide produced. Thus, do not waste electricity as it requires the burning of fossil fuels. As a result of the burning of fossil fuels, greenhouse gases in the atmosphere increase rapidly and contribute to global warming. Moreover, reduce the carbon footprint and do not travel through planes that often.
Most importantly, replace all your ordinary bulbs with LED lights. It helps in reducing the use of energy by a massive amount. Similarly, do not waste that energy instead of becoming more dependent. We need to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels and electricity right away.
So if there's one thing that is biologically certain about the human species is that it is a human species, one species.
If we don't stop the destruction of our natural world, nothing else will matter. Simply put, if we don't protect nature, we can't protect ourselves.
The only way we can solve a problem is by a human solution. Never can we sit back and wait for miracles to save us. Miracles don't happen. Sweat happens. Efforts happens. Thought happens.